Coachella 2026 meets Parisian style France effortless spring festival outfits. Welcome to Parisian Outfits, where I explore effortless elegance and modern style with a French twist. Today, I'm blending the free-spirited vibe of Coachella 2026 with timeless Parisian chic to create spring festival outfits that feel both relaxed and refined. I think this combination is unexpected, but incredibly exciting. Have you ever wondered what happens when bohemian festival fashion meets understated French sophistication? The fusion of two worlds. I think Coachella style and Parisian fashion seem opposite at first glance. In my experience, one is bold and expressive while the other is subtle and controlled. What I find interesting is how combining them creates balance. It feels fresh and modern. Why effortless always wins? I think effortless style is the true essence of Parisian fashion. In my experience, outfits that look undone often feel the most chic. What I find interesting is how this approach softens festival looks. It avoids looking overstyled. Unlike typical festival outfits, unlike most festival outfits that lean heavily into trends, I think a Parisian-inspired look focuses on timeless pieces. In my experience, this creates a more elevated aesthetic. What I find interesting is how simplicity stands out in a crowd, feels intentional. power of neutral tones. I think neutral tones are key to achieving this fusion. In my experience, shades like beige, white, and black ground the outfit. What I find interesting is how they balance bold festival elements. It creates harmony. Adding a bohemian touch. I think the bohemian influence is what brings the festival spirit. In my experience, flowy fabrics and relaxed silhouettes add movement. What I find interesting is how this contrasts with structured Parisian pieces. It creates visual interest. A surprising styling trick. What surprises me is that less layering often looks better in festival settings. I think keeping outfits simple makes them more breathable and elegant. In my experience, too many accessories can feel overwhelming. Do you prefer bold or minimal festival looks? The role of accessories. I think accessories should feel curated rather than excessive. In my experience, a few key pieces make more impact. What I find interesting is how subtle details elevate the entire outfit. Feels refined. Footwear that balances style and comfort. I think shoes are one of the most important elements. In my experience, comfort is essential for long festival days. What I find interesting is how simple footwear choices can complement the look. It keeps everything grounded. Textures that tell a story. I think texture plays a big role in this style blend. In my experience, mixing linen, denim, and soft cotton creates depth. What I find interesting is how texture replaces the need for bold prints. Feels more sophisticated. Creating a signature look. I think every outfit should reflect personal style. In my experience, copying trends rarely feels authentic. What I find interesting is how small adjustments make a look unique. Becomes your own. Balancing comfort and elegance. I think the challenge is finding the right balance between comfort and style. In my experience, overly complicated outfits can ruin the experience. What I find interesting is how simplicity enhances comfort. Feels natural. Why simplicity stands out. I think simple outfits often stand out more in busy environments. In my experience, clean lines draw attention without trying too hard. What I find interesting is how understated looks feel more confident. It creates quiet impact. The influence of Parisian attitude. I think attitude is just as important as the outfit itself. In my experience, confidence completes the look. What I find interesting is how Parisian style is more about how you wear something. It's a mindset. Layering with intention. I think layering should be intentional, not excessive. In my experience, lightweight layers work best for spring festivals. What I find interesting is how strategic layering adds dimension, keeps the look interesting. Why less can feel more stylish. I think the idea that less is more truly applies here. In my experience, removing unnecessary elements improves the outfit. What I find interesting is how restraint creates elegance. Feels polished. Capturing the festival mood. I think capturing the energy of a festival is essential. In my experience, outfits should feel fun and expressive. What I find interesting is how Parisian style adapts without losing its identity. It stays chic. Making it practical for real life. I think practicality is often overlooked in fashion. In my experience, wearable outfits are always better than dramatic ones. What I find interesting is how functional fashion feels more authentic. It supports your experience. My personal styling approach. I think my approach is always about balance and authenticity. In my experience, I choose pieces that feel both comfortable and stylish. What I find interesting is how this creates effortless looks. Feels natural. Final thoughts and reflection. As I reflect on blending Coachella 2026 with Parisian style, I truly believe that the magic lies in balancing freedom with refinement. I think it's about expressing yourself while keeping things simple and elegant. What would your perfect festival outfit look like with a Parisian twist? If you enjoyed this, don't forget to subscribe to Parisian Outfits for more effortless style inspiration.